But my first step, when I started the campaign, was writing the letter of appeal, which is page 6 in your packs. Now, from that letter, brought me about 20 people forward. Now, from those 20 people, we've probably got about 8 members left in the group. What we did from there is we started leafleting, putting leaflets on cars, going out to working men's clubs, all the sorts of places where community members congregate. Bus stops, we put up notices. All these things brought new members to Cure. And I'm sure, you know, just with a little bit of thought, there are people out there that just need to be reached. It is worth gold. But one thing to bear...
Have they tried to do that? They wouldn't do it.
Well, what we found, exactly the same, is the battle we've had in mid-staffs to find papers. The first 2 papers didn't want anything to do with it as at all. Because if you can bear in mind, some of them are very political. So if you're going against the NHS and the Labour Party, they don't want to know. But what we found with the Express and Star, they're pretty neutral. And they've been on board right from the very start, really. Sorry? Yeah, the other thing to bear in mind is your hospital itself has funding, puts funding into local newspapers. And whichever one has the most revenue from the hospital is the least likely to publish anything that you want publishing. Okay?
And the next thing, just quickly skipping through to, basically part of what Julie's group's been most successful for is having very basic, simple, clear aims. So basically patient safety, basically better care being at the very forefront of it, and then working themselves down to very clear things about how to fix things. So start zero harm first time, managers not medics, turn the NHS the right way up, openness and transparency, and of course with your 66 points and all that sort of thing. So of course with media and the public, and also getting to the root cause of all the NHS problems, you need to have clear aims for your group to be able to move forward and not to splinter up and increase the pressure.
Next bit is put together a picture. Have we got the graphs here? This is the graph that we built up. This is the sort of thing that you need to be looking at in your own area. There is a copy of this in your pack. As you can see, we're right down the bottom. We want to turn the NHS the right way up. So we're up there, and the board execs are down here. We're telling them what we want from the NHS. But these are all things that you need to consider. They'll all impact on your campaign to expose what's going on in your local hospital. All of these here were just not fit for purpose. All the way through, we've taken all those stages through, right through to the Ombudsman. In fact, on my mother's case, myself, they ruled that my mother's case, they weren't upholding it. But I later found out, after I'd been through the independent case note review and gave evidence, that half of my mum's case notes were missing. So how the Ombudsman managed to rule, it's just a corrupt system that's been exposed today.
Is it worth contacting a PALS group to see what is actually going on currently?
What we found is PALS is just a complete waste of time. It's not fit for purpose. We need to campaign against it, to be honest. What we found is most of the staff that are in these PALS offices have worked for the hospital. They're ex-nurses. They actually go along with what the hospitals have to say.
Can I just say something quickly about the Ombudsman? Ombudsman, although they can uphold your case, 3/4 of it, they don't even place. So although they uphold my case, they don't know. So you've got to be on the Ombudsman and insist, you know. But then you have to be intellectually articulate to get through the Ombudsman, because with the Care Policy Commission, they didn't even know assessors before you get to the ombudsman person, and they would say, right, we're happy, they slapped a couple of NHS trusts at fingers and said, well, we're happy to have implemented all their failures. Well, they haven't actually, so it takes a long process.
What we've found with the complaints procedure at mid-staffs, all the people that have been through it, is that it's just set up to wear you down, basically.
Has it changed since you started your campaign?
Not at all, no.
And you've still got the same people in place who are doing the blue.
Well, we've got a new manager in place at the complaints department, but we're still getting the same results out, where they're not listening to what the complainant is actually saying. We've still got the same pals in place. It's a bit of a talking shop, really. They keep taking people in, and that's one thing that we've